不要なトラブルに遭わないように注意してください。こちらは新宿警察署。
Hello and welcome back to Kyushu. I hope you've had a fantastic week, everybody out there. I've had a really busy couple of weeks, as you saw from the Judgment trailer I did last week. I've been in that city working really hard. Obviously that's not coming for a while because I'm getting a lot done for that and we're splitting it up, and it's going to be amazing, and both myself and Wolfgirl Gamer 64 are looking really forward to it. So it's going to be absolutely amazing and I can't wait for you to see it. But like I said, we're probably looking at mid-year, maybe the later half of the year, we'll see from there. But wow, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. Along with that, I've also been doing a few other things. I've done a couple of assets that I put up on the workshop recently. I don't know if you saw it, I did those nice barrels which had a texture problem, but I've now fixed that, so they're a lot better and a lot smaller, easier to load, and not going to kill your RAM, which is always a good thing. Then I released like a book off and a few vehicles and stuff like that. And I'm also working on a really big project which I'm looking to get out. Well, when I finish it, it's taking a lot longer than I thought, because I'm doing it in my spare time in between recording these videos, doing all the voiceovers, editing, my studies, and real life things as well. I've just got to do it as and when I can get it done. But so far what I have done, it looks absolutely amazing. I have been posting photos of it on the Discord channels. There's a few of them that I've been putting them on. There's Command Intensives I've been sticking them on, Skibbeths. So if you're in any of them, you would have seen it. It's looking really cool. No, it's not a castle, but I'm not going to give away what it is. Hopefully those of you that are quite savvy would have figured it out by now. I'm not looking forward to unwrapping it and texturing it, I can tell you that much. Anyway, enough about what I've been up to. Let's look at what we're doing on screen. So as you can see, I'm building a high school now. So this is going to be slightly different to the other high school I built on the other side of the river, which was very derelict and worn down and not very nice. Just kind of, it was there, you know. This high school is going to be a lot nicer, a lot more well maintained and kept, and it's going to look good, I think. You know, you can see from the floor there, the pavement is really nice. You've got this lovely little grass planters that are different shapes around the place. I'm going to fill it up with some really nice stuff. It just looks fantastic in the end, and in Japan they're like that. Some places, like when I was in Kyoto, we walked past a school there, it was very derelict, very unmaintained, not very nice looking. You know, the front yard was just dirt and rubble and it wasn't that nice. But then on the flip side, in places like Tokyo and Osaka, the high schools in the main town centres, or city centres, towns, are absolutely lovely. But then as you work out towards the outskirts of it, they're not so nice again. So it's nice to be able to have that contrast within the city here. We've got a really nice looking high school that's really well maintained, and one not so much, and you know, is there to be more for the locals, rather than the whole city, if that makes any sense. I don't think it does, but it did in my head before I said it. So working on this back part of the school now here, this is the yard, so where the kids go to play and do their sports and stuff like that. So I've stuck these 2 football pitches on top of here. I've kind of risen them off the ground a little bit to separate them from the actual area. So we've got 2 separate areas here. We've got this area here where people are playing football and enjoying themselves, and then we've got this bit around the outside here, which I'm going to put a few other things down. I was thinking some like basketball courts and tennis courts, some pools, some swimming pools, that type of thing. In the end, I just go for some tennis courts there. I tried the basketball courts and it looked a bit weird having like 1 tennis court, 1 basketball court where I've got 2 football pitches. So decided to go for 2 football pitches and 2 tennis courts. It does look a lot better. Those tennis courts caused me a few issues, let's say, especially because they're just decals on top of decals on top of decals, and the Z fighting was a bit of a pain. But I did pull it off in the end, as you will see coming up. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, if I had issues with decals, these tennis courts actually come with the decals already on them, so why did I PO them? I PO'd them for 2 simple things. One, I didn't want that flooring that they come with, the concrete looking flooring there, because you can't actually remove it. I wanted to do what I'm doing here, which is adding more decals down to, do the floor up a little bit. It may have taken me a long time to do that, but you don't see it because I skip over it quite quickly because it took me absolute ages to do, and I think it was worth it. They do look really nice. One thing I will mention about this video and my upcoming videos is I've started to skip a lot of the build because it's just repetitive flipping down buildings and flipping? What's a flipping? Flipping non-stocking? No, that's pipping, isn't it? I don't know. Plopping down buildings. I struggle with the word plopping so much. I don't know why. Anyway, I was just plopping down loads of buildings, so it's just easier if I skip it. Okay, now the school's done, we're going to move on to building up the residential areas here. And what I wanted to do in this area is I really wanted to do like one of these cool bridges. You see them a lot in Japan, especially in Kyoto. We had one right outside our hotel. They're really nice, they're big, they go around the whole road. And I wanted to do something here, and I don't know why I chose this strip, I'll be honest, but I did. And it looks really good. They go across 2 crossings. It makes life so much easier for everybody. And that way the traffic doesn't really have to slow down. They slow down to obviously make sure nothing's coming from the opposite direction, but they don't have to stop there, which is a lot better and a lot easier for everything, and it helps with my traffic, which is great. And as long as I've got good traffic, I won't maybe get told off. So it's always a good thing to have. Again, like I said, I'm just putting down buildings now and building up this residential area, so we'll be skipping over a few things when I do this, and you'll see just some buildings appear and some areas just build up. The ones that I do show you are because I do something else there and I'm moving on to different things. Like in this section here, you can see me putting down all the buildings. I've kept this little gap in the middle here, and as you can see, I'm putting down a path, and I'm going to utilize that space. In Japanese fashion, they utilize every single space in the city, and that's exactly what I'm doing in mine. Yes, it's caused me some FPS issues, but it looks really nice and I can't really argue too much, and I'm happy to deal with the FPS being really bad if it means I can bring you a great episode every single week. After building that little area there, I found I'm left with this weird little strip, and then I didn't know what to put in there. I was racking my brain for ages, and then I remembered one of Artifacts' old episodes. I say old, probably wasn't that old, but obviously he does some amazing stuff. They're quite spread apart because of the amount of effort and work he puts into them, and oh my god, they are amazing. I'll be honest, makes me look absolutely terrible. His stuff is phenomenal, so go check him out if you haven't. But one of the things he did in little areas, he stuck these really nice Japanese sheds down. They look fantastic and they're very much abandoned, and it just gave me the idea to do a section here. So I've kind of gone for a similar thing where I've got some abandoned old sheds just sitting there. They're derelict, no one really goes in there, except people do walk up because I put path there, but that's just so people start walking around more. Again, I'm left with another little tiny area here, this really weird little sliver, so I decided to put like a little temple in here, just like it goes round like an L-shaped temple, because it's Japan, and Japan love their temples, so you know, it made sense to use that to fill this space. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you to watch it now as I build a few more things, and I will be back a little later on, guys. Okay, welcome back. This area I'm working into here is an area I'm really proud of. It took me a long time to get this to work. Again, you don't see that in the video. I do cut a lot of that off, but I've done this little raised area. I didn't need to, but I decided to because it does look really cool when it's all completed. And I put some houses around the outside of it and the inside, as well as this nice little shrine in the middle, which you'll see a little later on. What you'll also find is as I go round the top of the corner there is I started using these little bases for the houses you can see there in the video. There was a lot of PO and a lot of mistakes and a lot of effort, and because it was taking me so long, I actually stopped recording to play about with that. And unfortunately I forgot to turn it back on again, so I do apologize, but you know, they do look nice and you can see them there, and you'll be able to see them in the cinematics towards the end here. Okay, so we're just moving on to the front area here. This is going to be very similar to what I've done before. This is just going to be putting down some buildings. One thing I do is I start to bring these up in building size, so we're kind of merging into the actual city itself here. I've gone for this gradual build. You will see a few taller buildings in smaller areas coming up because that is quite a popular thing in Japan. I say popular, it's a common thing more, but this area I'm going for that gradual incline. Anyway guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode today. It was great to be back into the city doing some building, and I've got a couple more that I'm doing as well. They'll be coming out obviously next week and the week after. I really hope you're looking forward to the Judgment series. Yes, it's spelled without an E, that's how we spell it in the UK, believe it or not. We actually spell it both ways, but I've gone for the legal way in the form of legal judgment. So I hope you enjoyed that little trailer there and a few of the, sneak peeks that I've been putting up on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please go do so. And you'll get a lot of updates that way as well. Anyway, this episode's coming to a close. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did building this. It looked absolutely fantastic and I'm really, really proud of the way that school turned out and the area around it. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell for bell notifications so you're notified every time I upload a new video. With the Judgment series coming up as well later on in this year, it's something you're not going to want to miss. Trust me, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to it and I really hope you are too. Also, feel free to check out my workshop, see some of the assets that I've been uploading recently and a few more that I've got coming up, because I have got a few more coming up. As I said, I'm building a really big project that I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be uploading or not, so I'll leave that up to your decisions. And if you're a regular here, please leave me a comment down below of what you'd like to see me build or what you liked and what you didn't like about this video. I'm always happy for taking on suggestions, and please, as always, hit that thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it. And if you're willing and you've enjoyed what I've done, please click my buy me a coffee link down below and drop me a pound. It'll be greatly appreciative. And guys, I've had a fantastic time and enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next Saturday here in Shigai.